Imagine this. It's 4:45 p.m. on a Friday. A potential customer calls your business. They're ready to buy. They just have one quick question.
But no one answers. They hang up and call your competitor instead.
Now, here's the twist. Your competitor didn't hire more staff. They didn't build a bigger team. They just answered the phone every single time. Not with a person, but with a system that knew exactly when to act like a machine and exactly when to bring in a human.
That one shift, it's quietly changing how businesses win customers today. Because this isn't really about AI versus humans. It's about using both the right way at the right time. And that's exactly what we're breaking down today. But before we continue,
Make sure you pound that like button.
and subscribe to our channel to get our latest videos on AI.
And drop your thoughts in the comments section. We want to hear from you. All right, let's just get right into it. If you're running a business, I'm willing to bet you've wrestled with this exact question. It's probably one of the biggest debates happening right now. For customer service, do you back the raw efficiency of AI or do you stick with the empathy of a human? It really feels like a make or break decision. But today, we're going to tear that apart and look at what the data says customers actually want.
So, this is the big question, right? It's always framed like a title fight, a competition where one side has to win and the other has to lose. And it's a totally valid concern. If you get this wrong, you're going to lose customers. But what if this whole question is just wrong?
Yep, that's right. The entire idea of AI versus humans is, well, it's a myth. It's completely flawed. And by the time we're done here, you're going to see exactly why the businesses that are absolutely crushing it are the ones who stopped asking this question a long, long time ago.
So let's move past all the hype. Seriously, this is not about two opponents in a boxing ring. It's about having two very different tools in your toolbox. I mean, you wouldn't use a screwdriver to hammer a nail, would you? The whole key isn't about picking a winner.
It's about knowing which job needs which tool. So, how do we know which tool to use for which job? Well, we stop guessing. We stop going with our gut and we actually look at the evidence because the surprising truth about what your customers are really looking for, it's not a matter of opinion.
It is written clear as day, right there in the data. And here it is. This is the absolute core of it. A massive 89%, almost 9 out of 10 people.
They don't want to choose. They want the best of both. They want the lightning fast efficiency of an AI combined with the warmth and understanding of a human. They want a hybrid approach. It's not one or the other, it's both.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? This is the new mindset. It's not about replacing your team with a bunch of bots. It's about using technology to solve the simple stuff in a blink, which frees up your incredible human team to focus on the moments that actually build relationships.
Okay, so let's get practical. To actually build one of these winning hybrid models, you have to know the specific strengths and weaknesses of each side. So let's look at the data and see where AI absolutely shines and where, humans are still completely irreplaceable. And what's so fascinating here is just how perfectly these two sides fit together, like puzzle pieces.
AI is a beast when it comes to volume and routine. It's super fast, it never sleeps, and you can scale it up instantly. But humans dominate where things get messy, emotional, or high stakes. They build trust and handle nuance in a way AI just can't.
And listen, the business case for AI is just, you can't deny it. We're talking about a potential 30% cut in customer service costs. For any business, that is a huge, game changing number. It's really hard to ignore, but that is only half the story. Because here's the other side of that coin.
When things get serious, when an issue is complicated or sensitive, a staggering 88% of people still want to talk to a person. And this isn't a reason to ditch AI. No way. It's the reason to use AI smartly to free up your human experts for these absolutely critical moments. And this chart right here,
This is basically your roadmap. Just look at the pattern. Customers are totally comfortable using AI for simple transactional stuff like booking an appointment, but notice how that comfort level drops as the task gets more important. This tells you exactly where to use AI and where to bring in a person.
of course, people are still skeptical of AI, but usually it's for a pretty good reason. I mean, who hasn't been trapped in an endless chatbot loop? It's so frustrating. But here's the really good news. These aren't fundamental flaws of the technology itself.
Nope, they're just symptoms of a lazy, poorly designed system. These are all solvable problems, so how do you solve them? Okay, let's pivot to the solution. Let's talk about how all of this builds into an actual actionable plan.
We're going to shift from the why to the how with a really practical framework for building a hybrid model that actually gets results. And honestly, it is way simpler than you might think. Step one, just figure out what your customers are asking you all the time. Step two, sort all those questions into two big buckets: the simple, repetitive stuff and the complex, emotional stuff.
Step three, let a well trained AI handle everything in that first bucket. And step four, this is the magic part. This frees up your human team to become elite problem solvers for everything in that second bucket. Now, this right here is the golden rule. It is absolutely non negotiable. At any point, at any time, a customer has to be able to say, get me a human and be connected right away.
Don't bury the option in a menu somewhere. Making it incredibly easy to escalate to a person is the fastest way to get people to trust your automated system. And speaking of trust, you have to be honest. Don't try to trick your customers into thinking your bot is a person named Jenny. It doesn't work.
A huge 87% of people want to know if they're talking to an AI, and almost three-quarters want the peace of mind that comes from knowing a human is overseeing the system. Transparency isn't some nice little add-on. It's a core requirement. So you put all this together, the efficiency, the empathy, the trust, and what you have isn't just a simple tech upgrade. It becomes a powerful, strategic, competitive edge.
So let's just reframe that old tired question one last time. It's not about replacement, it's about augmentation. The real goal here is to use AI as the ultimate assistant, a tool that handles all the boring, repetitive tasks so that your human agents can focus on what they do best, building relationships and solving the tough problems that actually grow your business. And hey, if you're thinking this is all some kind of far off futuristic trend, think again.
The train has already left the station. Almost every single contact center is already using AI. This isn't coming. It's already here.
And if you're not acting, you are falling behind. And this final quote really says it all, doesn't it? The debate is over. The companies that are winning, the ones that are growing, have moved on. They're focused on one thing: execution.
On how to skillfully weave these two powerful tools together to create a customer experience that their competitors just can't touch. So the big takeaway today is this. This isn't an opportunity anymore, it's a necessity. Your competitors are already doing this. They're using AI to get faster, to get more efficient, and to make their customers happier. So really, the only question left is, what's your plan?
All right, let's bring this all together. What we've really uncovered here is that this whole AI versus humans debate, it's just the wrong question.
Exactly. The data makes it clear. Customers don't want to choose. They want both. AI for speed and convenience, humans for trust and complexity.
And that's where the hybrid model comes in. Let AI handle the repetitive, high volume tasks and let your human team focus on the moments that actually matter.
Right. And when businesses get this right, the impact is huge. Lower costs, faster response times, and better customer experiences all at once.
But the key is how you implement it. You need transparency, you need trust, and most importantly, you need a clear path to a human when it matters.
Because without that, even the best AI will frustrate customers instead of helping them.
So let's break down the key takeaways.
Number one, AI is unbeatable for speed, scale, and cost efficiency.
Number two, humans are still essential for complex, emotional, and high stakes interactions.
And number three, the real advantage comes from combining both into a smart hybrid system.
And here's the big one. You're not competing against businesses using AI or humans.
You're competing against businesses using both better than you.
All right, let's make this practical. Here's something you can do this week.
List out your top 10 most common customer questions or calls.
Then split them into two groups: simple, and repetitive, and complex or emotional.
Automate the simple ones. Protect the complex ones with your best people.
That one exercise alone can completely change how your business handles customer service.
And honestly, it's the first step toward building a system your competitors can't keep up with.
So the question isn't, should you use AI?
It's how fast can you start using it the right way?